What is up, guys? Welcome back. It's getting a little chillier out. Yeah, I got my my jacket on. I've been rocking the beanie just because it is cold, and not gonna lie, it's easier than trying to mess with my hair and shit. And I can just get up and get moving and get my day started. And you know how I run it. You know how I run it for you. I got my Ghost. I'm actually drinking this after this video. I'm gonna go lift, but I'm out here. I'm doing what I said I was gonna do. You know what we're talking about today, all right? You know what we're talking about today. And the skill that you're gonna unlock from this video is that you're gonna learn to see progress in your day-to-day, week to week, month to 6 months to 1 to 2 years, so that you can reach that goal of yours. That ambition that you have is realistic. It's achievable. It may or may not happen depending on how easily you give up on yourself. But I'm gonna teach you the way. There's a train now, so give me a second. I'm gonna teach you the steps. I'm gonna teach you the steps to get there. I'm gonna shit. Yup. I'm gonna help you break it down so it's not as overwhelming. And then after this, you can create a plan to crush life. To fucking crush life, hit that goal, go achieve something, and live a more fulfilling life. All right, one that you're happy with, because that's what's important. So let me get a little bit of this in me, and I'll talk to you guys. All right, so whenever there's something that you want to accomplish, something that you want to do, all right, you have your thoughts on something, you have like a goal, an ideal, really cool life. It could be, oh, I want to be a gamer, a streamer, I want to have a social media page, oh, I want to start this business, I want to become the biggest yard cutting business in the east side of the Mississippi, right? I don't know, whatever it is. You want to be a dentist, travel the world, you have some sort of vision, something really cool that you want to do. These things can seem very daunting at first, very overwhelming, because you have this starting point, all right? You're at this little tiny starting point, and then there's this end game where you're making all the money, you have the status, you're the coolest person, you're the icon, whatever it is. Okay, maybe it's not even related to that kind of thing, right? There's all this space in between to navigate, and you start thinking about that, and you're like, oh man, how am I gonna be able to do that? That is gonna be way too much. That is way too much for me. It's not even worth trying. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go through all of that? That's gonna suck. People are gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna be embarrassed. Like, people are gonna see me trying for something that great, and they're not gonna believe in me. They're not gonna think that I can do it. I don't even know if I can do it. So why would I even try to do something like that and embarrass myself? These are the kinds of things that you may think about. This stops a lot of people from trying to reach their ambitions, or to stick with their passions, to try to make a way with their passions, try to create a life off of their passions. It stops a lot of people from even starting to begin with, or to give up very early on in their journey. When you know how to properly goal set, properly, not just a mini list you write on a notepad and you slap it on your desk. When you know how to properly goal set, like I'm going to explain here in a minute, you'll see that you can accomplish a lot more than you give yourself credit for. You see the path to the light at the end of the tunnel. You can create the whole path. It takes the overwhelming out of the equation, because you just have to worry about the day-to-day, week-to-week, maybe the month-to-month. All right, now I'm gonna break it down. This is where it hits right here. Picture your ideal life. Make it reasonable to your situation, your age, the things that you want to do, the things you want to accomplish. Are they realistic? Think about where you want to live. Do you want kids? How much money do you want to be making? Your social status, your relationships. Do you want a dog? Do you want to travel? Like, start thinking about all the things you want 10 to 20 years from now. Go off of your own age, make it realistic for you. So from there, you just have all these things, right? It's just a list of things. Making 100K, wife, 2 kids, 300K house, dog, my own boss, very general things that a lot of people would want. Okay, cool. So from there, if that was 10 years or 20 years, you cut that in half. Now you got your 5-year goals or your 10-year goals, right? So then from there you can think, okay, I want to be making about half of that, maybe find the girl, hopefully, that I'm going to be with. I want to have my systems in place to maybe start my own business, or I want to have some of the money saved up to start my own business. Just a little bit more general, but still kind of specific things. And then you cut that in half again. Now you got your 2 to 2.5 year goals. I want to get that first initial job so I can start saving up. I got to work on myself, get my mental health and my physical health in check so I can start elevating myself in the dating pool. Still kind of general, but a little bit more narrow. You see where I'm going with this? Cut it in half again. Now you got like your year goals, where you want to be at in 1 year. Maybe it's you want to start to drop an addiction, or you want to start a fitness routine, learn more about that kind of stuff. Maybe you just want to try out your passions a little bit more. You want to start to just figure out things you like a little bit more. It's whatever you want it to be. Then from there, you cut it in half again. You got your 6-month goals. From here, this is where you can start to branch it off into the things that you need to do day to day, things that you need to do from week to week. All right, these are the things that are gonna add up to get you to your 6-month goals, to your year goals. And as you do these, as you start doing these day to day, week to week things, the initial bar that you set for yourself, it might have been too low. You might blast through your expectations, and you might have to up the bar again. You might start flying through this stuff, and you might realize that, man, I have a lot more potential than I gave myself credit for to start off. Or you might be like, okay, I set the bar a little too high, but I am still seeing some good progress. I just gotta change what is realistic for me a little bit. But you just have to start. A lot of people won't even get to that part. They'll just give up, they'll write themselves off to start, and they'll never try. And then that's where people live with regrets. And they're like, man, I wish I would have just done it. I wish I would have just done it. I did this. I sat down for 2 hours. I wrote out where I want to be at in 20 years, listed it all out. 10 years, listed it all out. 5 years, listed it all out. 3 years, okay? 1 to 2 years. I did my 6 months. I know my things I have to do week to week, day to day. Put some real time into this, into goal setting. Structure it so that you can do things day to day, week to week, to see progress that lead up to your 6-month goals, to your year goal. Make them relevant for you, realistic for you. You'll see, if you give your plan some real time to unfold and you give real effort towards it, you can make a lot of this stuff happen. Chances are, if you're seeing this on a phone, you live somewhere, you have decent means, you have a pretty good chance at making some level of these goals happen. You have some level of time that you can commit towards the goals. The more ambitious, yes, the more time it's gonna take, the harder it's going to be, the longer the path, but the more rewarding it's gonna be at the end. Remember that. That's what I wanted to leave you with this week. Thank you for the support. If there is anything you want me to make a video on, I'll try my best to do that at some point. And just stay on top of yours, guys. I'm gonna stay on top of mine. I'm gonna stay caffeinated. I'm gonna stay lit. Just take care of myself and stay warm this winter. So let's keep doing our thing. Till the next video, peace.